So, the team-up mechanic in Marvel Rivals, rules, but unfortunately it's being used really fucking poorly. Like, fun-wise, some of the best team-ups in the game are like the Fastball Special, the First Steps team-up, the Planet X Pals. Sure, that one needs a bit of a tweaking to be actually, like, good, but, those are the most fun because, it's two people coming together to try and do something else. The team-up, teaming up, that's the whole thing. That's, like, one of the major selling points of this game. If this game didn't have the team-ups, it would be at least 30% less fun and enjoyable. And I feel like NetEase is just not taking advantage of how cool the team-up mechanic is. So I'm gonna prove how interesting it can be by spinning a wheel with all the heroes on it, and then making a team-up based on what it lands on. So, yeah. Small little bit of a preface to let me tell y'all my design stuff about this. I'm not a huge fan of the fucking, alright, here's the team up, you get an ability, the anchor gets a passive season buff that's just always active even though the team up isn't active, so what the fuck is the point of the season bonus if it's just gonna fucking be active all the time? Like, I'm fine with that kind of team up if it's just two people and they both get an ability or something, so it's, it feels more equal, but yeah, no. Trying to do something either cooperative or something that requires a little bit more thinking, something like that, man. I'll be doing 2 duo team-ups and 2 3-man team-ups, and let's get started right now. Right now. What a fucking fantastic start. Get it? The team up is called Rubberized Reckoning. Black Widow gains the ability to shoot Mr. Fantastic when he's in his inflated tank state or his Brainiac bounce mode, specifically the front of him. When she shoots him, the bullet will ricochet to the nearest enemy, dealing slightly less damage, but they can crit if hit at a high angle. This was generally the best idea I could come up with. It's silly and would probably easily become the new worst team up in the game, and you are running a pretty weird DPS comp to do it. But imagine how cool it would be killing somebody with a fucking headshot mid Brainiac bounce. Like, come on. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It took everything in me to not call this ability rubber bullets, by the way. It's selfishness. Okay, we're getting something vaguely normal, so let's see what I can do. The name of this team up will be called Kinetic Comeback. The ability splits off into 2 for Hulk and Ultron separately. For Hulk, Gambit infuses energy into Bruce Banner's Gamma Belt. So when Hulk de-transforms back into Bruce Banner, his belt explodes, damaging and knocking back any enemies. For the Ultron part of the team-up, Gambit infuses his healing energy into Ultron's drones. Now Imperative Firewall gets an added benefit I'm calling Imperative Fortify, where damage taken during Firewall's duration now converts into a burst heal to the target and any nearby allies when it ends. I had to completely scrap the first iteration of this team up because I completely got Gambit's powers confused. I thought he could also do stuff with potential energy, but I don't think he can. I think in Rivals now it's just kinetic energy and life energy. Shit that fucking can do healing or whatever. But yeah, I made the Hulk one to exclusively try and help the biggest threat for Hulk's stuff and just getting instantly ganked the moment you de-transform into Bruce Banner. And Ultron's was originally going to be a more damage-focused team-up, but I thought, I think Ultron should get a little bit of edge in healing with a tiny burst heal. Not like minute, it could probably be effective in the middle of a low-stakes team fight or something, but it's not saving you from like an ultimate or crazy high damage and focus fire. So yeah. Honestly, it feels like this duo will just end up happening. I feel like out of all the team-ups I'm making here, this one seems the most plausible to happen in the future. Maybe not like how I'm making it, but probably will happen. Anyways, the team-up is called Eye of the Flora. Groot grants Hawkeye a special Flora arrow that briefly roots enemies hit along its path. And Hawkeye trains Groot in the ways of the Ronin. And now Groot can build a fragile wall that creates after images of any enemy that walks near it. And team up of equal give and take, both parties get something, and both parties can even help each other when it comes to combining the abilities here. Hawkeye can now root enemies from the backline, potentially making the tanks have an easier time hitting them and stuff, and Groot gets an opportunity for a much bigger surprise burst damage. To be honest, the hardest part for this team up would just be trying to get the numbers right, because I can easily see both Hawkeye getting a rooting arrow being broken and Groot getting after images being broken. But as long as like maybe a long cooldown for that after image wall, so Groot can maybe only use it exclusively for his ult, and you know, a regular wall gets the job done, but an after image wall basically guarantees everyone's getting sent to hell. And like the root for Hawkeye's arrow would not last that long. I do not want the Hawkeye to gain the ability to root somebody and then be able to fully charge a headshot. No, absolutely not.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
I love the kind of woman that can kick my ass.
Okay, another borderline probably going to be added into the game. Except this time, Storm's the anchor. Woo-woo. Anyway, last team up for the video, let's make it good. So the name for this one will be United Stormfront. The ability for this one might be a little complicated for rivals, but I'll still let it go anyway. While Storm is in tornado mode, Angela gains the ability Axe Whirlwind, where she spins around in place and unleashes a flurry of strikes with her axes. Enemies nearby take damage, and it also reflects projectiles while she's spinning. If Angela is within Storm's radius when she procs it, the duration of the spin is extended. While Storm is in lightning mode, Thor gains the ability Thunder Burst. Thor overcharges himself with a lightning attack, dealing damage to nearby enemies and giving himself heavy damage reduction during the duration. Thor cannot attack during this at all, but it's, free tanking. While he's in Storm's radius when he uses this ability, the damage of the burst is increased. This one seemed really simple on the surface, but I really wanted to try and give Storm players a reason to swap it back and forth, and hopefully this team up will be able to do that, because you only ever really see Storms run the win mode when they really need to hit some shots, they're rolling out, or for some reason they really want to slow down the enemy instead of outright damaging them with the fucking Thunder move. So, it would be cool. That's about it for the team-ups. If you thought they were good or doo-doo ass fart, then put them in the comments below. And hey, maybe tell me what you would have done. It's cool. I like sharing ideas about what could be done about games that we have no real influence over, because NetEase hates us. They hate us all. I hate them.